This video was for Knowledge Organiser 8 for Year 8 Theta classes shown on the paper below. What I would like you to do is read your first page of your Knowledge Organiser. Watch this video and use it to work through the examples. Try the questions on the second page of the Knowledge Organiser and complete any maths watch work set by your class teacher. So, what we're going to do in today's lesson is we're going to build on what we've done in the last lesson, and we're going to start increasing amount by percentages. I'm going to show you two ways to do this. One where we would be using our multiplier, one where we would not be using a calculator. So to do this, what we would do is we're going to increase that amount by 100%. So I'm going to need to use the word increase. When something is increased, it means that our number gets bigger. So what you take is the percentage that you start with. In all problems, you start with 100%. We're going to add on our 20% to that. Our final answer will be 120% of our original amount. So to work this out, what we do is we turn this into a multiplier by dividing by 100, and that gives us 1.2. Once I get 1.2, and again I'll highlight as I did in previous videos that this here is our multiplier. Once we get our 1.2, we multiply it by the value that we're trying to find, which is 250. If we do this, our answer comes out as 300. Now, we can do this without using a calculator or any of our other methods that we've used to find percentages of amounts. So for example, I can do 10% of this, and I can say 10% equals 25. I can say 20% is 50. And if I want, I can say an increase of 20% is my 50 added on, and that would give me 300. So we can see both methods give me the same solution. Some methods are easier for different questions. So for example, this method for this question looks easier because 20% is a nice, easy number. But when our increases are more difficult percentages than 20%, you may find using the multiplier the easier way to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you two more examples of how you can use your multiplier to give you some extra support on this, because it's probably the first time you've done this. So again, we're told a 13% gain. That means that it's going up, so you're going to be adding that on. So we have 100%, we add on 13%, that gives me 113%. And then divide that by 100 because a percentage is out of 100, and that gives me 1.13. That there is my multiplier. As I keep highlighting the word multiplier because it's a key word for as you go through school, you come back to the word multiplier and use it in different contexts. So we take our multiplier and we multiply it by the amount that we're trying to find, which is 73. And when we put that into our calculator, 82.49 comes out, and we just have to put our units on the end. So as you can see, this method probably would be easier than using the alternative method because it goes straight to the answer, but you can use the other method if you find that easier. The other type of problem you have is a decrease. Now a decrease goes down, so you can guess at this point here you're going to take off your 36% from 100. So we get 100%, we take off 36%, that gives me 64%. I then divide that by 100, and that gives me 0.64. That again would be my multiplier. I'm going to go back and I'm going to compare our multiplier from our last question here. Notice that in this question, when it was an increase, our multiplier is a number bigger than 1. But when there's a decrease, our multiplier is a number less than 1. That's because when we're multiplying our number by a number less than 1, our answer gets smaller. But if we multiply our answer by a number, or our amount, sorry, by a number bigger than 1, our answer will get larger. So that fits in with our increase and our decrease. So when you're doing a decrease, you should have a decimal multiplier less than 1 to help you with that. So you get 0.64, you multiply it by your amount, which is 84, and what comes out is 53.76. Put your pounds on and you have completed that question straight away. Again, you don't have to use this method for these problems. If you prefer the other method, what would happen is you would find 36%, then you would take it off 84 at the end. However, it is important that you know what a multiplier is and that you can use it as well. Can you complete the questions on the second page of the Knowledge Organiser and any questions set for you by a class teacher on Maths Watch? Thank you.